Here's an update on ETV scandal. So Tutu's mom went to Chilex to look for Zaza just to give her peace of her mind about the whole Tutugo STD thing, only to find Zaza crying. So she felt bad and just decided to ask Zaza to come with her so they could talk somewhere private. So they went to her house and she just listened to her talk and she realized that Zaza is a troubled child. She feels like she has no one to talk to. So she became a mom that they had like a mom and daughter talk vibe kind of thing. And she advised her to go get tested and that she's there for her if she needs to talk. And then at the Moro household, Toriso and Poet have to go and tell Toriso's dad that they're married. So then they start arguing. They're arguing about who's gonna do it, and they're both trying to tell him, and then they end up both telling him at once that they're married. He's furious and he strangles Poet, and they just bring them apart, and he just so mad and says that he'll never accept this marriage. And then after a while he comes down and then they talk to them again and they say that they need to do things the right way if they want to stay married. Poet must bring his parents, they must do the whole lobola negotiations thing, and so they agreed to this. And then Chloe gets an unexpected call from Bridget's mom. Apparently Bridget told her mom about the pregnancy, so she calls to congratulate Chloe. Chloe's mad because she specifically told Bridget not to tell anyone, but she did. So Bridget tries and explains to Chloe that she only did because her mom was praying for them and the whole baby surrogacy things to go well. So, and she was fasting and all, so she told her so that she can actually celebrate the news, not that she was trying to be malicious or anything. Tapelo and Sanda sitting discussing how to best break the news to Kumo that Tiro won't be going to prison. He's going to a mental institution rather. They're skeptical about telling him, but also worried that if they don't tell him, then he'll find out from social media. Then Kumo walks in and Tapelo starts telling him. But then Kumo doesn't take the news well. He's worried that if he's not in prison, if he's in a mental institution, then that means there are chances of him escaping. They try and reassure him, but then he doesn't seem convinced at all. And then now, Khopolo and his wife are at the house. Khopolo is giving his wife a cold shoulder because he's still mad about her helping Diro. She tries to offer a hand to help him with work since Diro's not in prison, so a lot of work will have to be carried out by him. But then he rather tasks her to look at the issue about why the medical aid did not pay for Toriso's medical bills. So she calls the medical aid and they tell her that they didn't pay because Toriso appears to be married on the system. She's sure that she's most definitely certain that it must be a mistake. Toriso comes home and she goes to her and she confronts her. She asks her about it because thinking it's a mistake, but then Toriso tells her that it's not a mistake. Her and Poet actually went to Home Affairs and signed. She is furious. She's like, are you insane? Why would you do that? You and Poet must come and explain this whole thing to your dad. So Poet comes over. Toriso tells him that her mom knows and that they must go and explain to her dad. Poet is scared, thinking, oh my word, your dad is going to kill me. Anyway, Zaza is just is chilling at Chillax. She goes to the salon and then there's some ladies at the salon. They try and say things about her which she didn't like. So she just had a fallout with the ladies and then ended up chasing them away or out of the salon. But then her friend got furious and Jackie was like, you know what, you can't do this. This is a place of business. It's better you go. And she kicked her out because obviously if Bridget finds out about this, she will not be happy. And then we have Cabo on the other side. Cabo is getting comfortable, you guys. She's getting too comfortable she overheard Ndala and Tlogli talking the other day about having more kids. So now she asked Tlogli if they're going to have another kid straight after the one she's carrying, and then Tlogli's like, she's not sure. But then Tlogli then proceeds to say, because she offered that she'd be happy to carry the second child also. But Tlogli's like, no, I want to carry this one myself. And then she goes on to say, but why didn't you carry this one? So it becomes a bit of an emotional moment for Chloe, and then she explains to her, I was like, okay, it's because of the miscarriage. And then they talk about it and they hash it out. And then Chloe is just talking to the baby and rubbing Kawanina's belly. And then Dala comes home and they insist on Dala talking to the baby as well. But Dala feels that it's weird, but Chloe insists, and then Dala leans over to talk to the baby. I hope this whole thing does not give Kawanina the wrong idea. Scandal. Finally, we get to meet Poet's side of the family, his mother and grandmother. So they go on and on about this girl that they want Poet to link up with, saying she's a good girl, blah, blah, blah. To an extent where Poet is not even able to bring up the issue that he wanted to discuss with them, which is that he and Toriso are married. And then he ends up going to Levels to meet up with Toriso, and then he tells her that he couldn't tell his family about the marriage because they were going on about this girl. But then Toriso tells him that he needs to do it as soon as possible. Khanti Mugai is late. The Moras have already sent to Brasoli to Poet's house to send a letter inviting them to come over so that they can discuss this marriage issue. Ha Brasoli brings Poet's mother and grandmother to the house. Kgopolo and his wife, Toriso's parents are there. They meet her, they sitting and discussing, and then they realize how most Poet's family is not even aware about this marriage. And then, shocked as they are, like how Poet did not tell his parents while we asked him to tell them. Anyway, Kgopolo decides, let me just call Toriso and ask her to come home because Poet's mother also said she wants to meet her. So then they call them to come over. And then, on the other hand, Umadlomo has invited Zaza to the house again. Umadlomo feels like she needs to give that motherly support to Zaza. And when she told her husband about it, Untloso felt like, no, that's taking it too far. Don't do it. But Umadlomo decided, you know what, I'm going to offer my love to Zaza because she has no one. She asks her if she goes to church and all those things. And then, how? At Levels, Kawanina is there, and then next thing, Kawanina takes Mdala's hand, puts it on her belly to feel the baby. Poet's mom could not hide how she feels about Toriso being blind. She went on and on about how is she going to be a good wife, how is she going to cook, how is she going to clean, to an extent where she offended Toriso's parents. Toriso's dad was like, how dare you insult my child in my own home? But she was not having it. She was just chaotic, going on and on. Poet's grandmother tried to contain the situation, but then Kiribon was just all over the place. She ended up saying, this is not going to work, I'm leaving, and they left. Poet tried to calm Toriso down, apologizing for his mom's behavior, but Toriso's dad was like, you know what, it's your fault. He blamed Poet for everything, the marriage, and not telling his parents. And Toriso was like, you know what, actually it's your fault. If you guys had left us alone, we were happy before you got involved. I don't even want Lobola. And then Poet goes home. His mother says she's not going to apologize to Toriso for what she did, and that she will never accept a blind girl. So she doesn't care how Poet feels about this girl. She will never accept her. And then Tebogo at Levels, she sees Kawanina and she's still in her feels about what she saw yesterday when Dala was touching Kawanina's belly. So a girl tells Tintuela about the whole thing, and then she fails to contain herself and goes over there and confronts Kawanina. She calls her a stratmate and all that. She physically attacks her, telling her to go talk privately outside, but Kawanina refuses. And then she calls her a stratmate, and Kawanina is like, to a point where Kawanina is like, you know what, I am pregnant, but I'm carrying that baby. I'm a surrogate. And then as soon as she says that, she realizes, oh no, I shouldn't have said that because I signed an NDA. Anyway, Untutua goes home to find Zaza and his mom playing Happy Family. And then, like, he's so shocked, thinking, how is Zaza in my house? What's going on? And then his mom forces them to apologize to each other, and then invites Zaza to go to church with them. And then Untutua is like, you know what? This is off. He goes to the salon to see Zaza, confronts her, asks her what is she planning, why is she becoming friends with his mom, why was she at his house. And Zaza tells him that actually it's your mom who invites me, it's your mom who's trying to get me to go to church. I'm not even a church person, but your mom is always trying to get to talk to me, trying to get me to go to church. And then Ntutuwa does not believe her, but then Kabanina goes to Levels to talk to Tebogo and Tinzalo, just to thank them for not saying anything about her, telling them about the surrogacy. And then they also apologize for how they treated her. And then Utinzalo asks her, so Miguel, how much are they paying you for carrying the baby? Kabanina lies and say, no, they're not paying me anything. I'm just doing it from the goodness of my heart so they can also have the baby. And then Umdala and Tlogge, they're at the doctor. The doctor is telling them that actually both eggs matured, so you guys are having twins. They're all excited, and Tlogge wants to take hormones so she can breastfeed the babies herself. And then Ukabanina overhears them the news about the twins. I wonder how she's gonna act now that she knows she's getting twins. Anyway, Toriso and Poet are talking about the everything that has been going on. Toriso says she doesn't want Lobola paid for her, but Poet says that he wants to do it and that he's got some money saved up. And then Poet talks to his grandmother. Grandmother is supportive and says that he's going to support her. She's going to support him, and that she can see that Poet loves Utoriso. But Poet's mother is not bulging. She's just not having it at all. She says that how can they pay Lobola for a girl who is blind? But then Poet's grandmother gives her a piece of her mind, saying that why are you attaching her value to her ability? Like, when are you well able, but no one has ever paid Lobola for you? Poet's dad just gave you a baby and left you. I hope it opens her eyes a bit and she gets to warm up to Toriso as the time goes on. Anyway, Tutuka's mom is now headhunting Uzaza because Zaza promised that they're gonna go to church together, but Uzaza didn't pitch. Now Zaza has to hide behind tables at the salon just so Tutuka's mom doesn't see her. And then Tutuka goes home and asks his parents for money for his Cape Town trip. But then his dad is like, you know what, I don't have money. And then he actually got him a gift. Guess what's in the gift? Condoms. He's so shady. Anyway, Udintle is thinking, Busue's trial is coming up. She's so nervous about having to testify against her, and that she's also worried about seeing closer there because obviously he's going to be there. And we also get to see Busu in prison and some girl giving her ideas about escaping. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in my next video. Bye.